Okay. All right, Jason, do we have the Mankey minute movie minute? Man, I heard it was a good one this week.
I'm really happy with this one. Which means that probably no one will laugh at it because I was so excited about it. And Courtney's not here to cry, so like it's already going to be anticlimactic.
This is not a crying movie.
All right, here we go. And now, random thoughts from a man forced to watch a movie he would have never had known existed if it wasn't for this show. It's 9:45 p.m. on a Tuesday night, and I've settled comfortably on my couch, my cat next to me, my fur baby just out of reach, as she often is, while still demanding pettings. The movie starts, and I am immediately transported back in time to 1996, as I wonder if the stream I am watching comes from a third-generation VHS tape. Even in the dark of my living room, it's hard to make out the action on the screen. Everything looks muddy and gray. I get up to adjust the tracking on the VCR, and then remember I am not watching a VCR, nor do I own a VCR in the year 2024. Despair creeps in. Little Witches has been playing on my television for all of 2 minutes and 24 seconds. It's now 9:50 p.m., and my wife is looking at me quizzically from across the living room. Is the movie coven making you watch porn? She asks. I tell her no, but she remains unconvinced. The background music that was playing definitely sounds like porno music, she says. She is not wrong, of course, but I do wonder why she knows so much about mid-90s adult film soundtracks. Little Witches has now been on my television for just 5 minutes and 16 seconds. As the movie clumsily moves along, I notice that there are only 7 characters in the entire film, despite my screen trying to make me believe there are more. Yes, sometimes there are additional bodies on the screen, but many of the young women in this film feel more like extras than characters. At the end of the film, I am surprised to find out that many of them actually had names. Who are the characters in this film, you might ask? Well, there is the good girl, the one who will probably do something with Jesus at the end of the film. There is also a bad girl, and we know she is bad because she performs a stripper routine in the front of the window of her dorm room. There are also 3 people who work at this church/boarding school. One of them is a super hot nun that I wish had performed a stripper routine in front of a window so that I might watch and know what it is to feel alive again. There is also a priest who likes to go fishing, and an older nun who seems to scare the schoolgirls because she owns a lot of crucifixes and enjoys eating alone. I am also delighted to find out that the demon in this film isn't a demon at all, but the gremlin Stripe from the movie Gremlins. I am glad to see him getting work. There is also a construction worker love interest whose real name is Tommy Stork. I like saying Tommy Stork. Every time I see this actor's character, I will say Tommy Stork out loud. Little Witches has now been on my television screen for 28 minutes and 42 seconds. While watching this film, I couldn't help but wonder what the other witches in the movie coven were thinking while they watched the film. In my head, I could see Richard Lale starting and stopping the film 6 or 7 times while watching before finally giving up with 20 minutes left to go. Heather would, of course, be busy jotting down notes about how Little Witches is representative of Satanic Panic's Final Gasp and is unrepresentative of the witchcraft films of this new era in filmmaking. And Patty, oh Patty, she's such a trooper. Like me, there is no way she would turn this film off, but just like me, she's probably wondering if it is acceptable to drink a whole bottle of wine or to eat several edibles while watching this film. And poor Gigi sitting on their couch wondering just what they have got themselves into. Don't worry, Gigi. I often think that too. No doubt the rest of the coven would be thinking that I would be singing boobs and butts, boobs and butts, boobs and butts. And of course, I did. And then there's Courtney Buckley, the luckiest of us all, because she did not have to watch tonight's film. I envy her and her innocence. My innocence died the moment I began lusting after the super hot nun in this film. Little Witches has now been on my television screen for 45 minutes and 57 seconds. I sadly note to myself that the film is only halfway done. Despair etched upon my face, I girded myself for the ordeal yet to come.
Brilliant. Brilliant, Jason.